Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, I'm Jesse Rebirth, and today we're going to be opening something that's very near and dear to my heart as a Batman fan. This is Kotobukiya's rendition of Thomas Wayne. Now the thing is, about Thomas Wayne and Flashpoint, this character's been around for quite a while, but it hasn't felt like he caught on till very recently. Now, Flashpoint is a canon story. It was actually part of what was going on, and it started the New 52 and all that sort of stuff. It's very strange that on here it says Elseworlds series. So Elseworlds is like when Batman's a knight, or Batman is Robin Hood, that type of stuff. Those, or Batman's a vampire. They had actual Elseworlds stories for quite a while. I don't really picture Thomas Wayne as an Elseworlds character. I feel like two people at Kotobukiya got in an argument where one guy was like, it's Thomas Wayne Batman. The other guy's like, Thomas Wayne ain't Batman, Bruce Wayne is Batman. The guy's like, no, Thomas Wayne is Batman on this one. He's like, well, that has to be an Elseworld. Something like that. But I think of him, obviously he's in a multiverse, but recently with Tom King's run on Batman, he did this character some sweet justice early on, where Flash actually took Bruce Wayne with him and they met Thomas Wayne, but then he fucked the character completely up, where he had Thomas Wayne come back at the end of the series and basically tried to put Bruce through every torment he could, which did not make sense at all, and I felt like it kind of muddled the character completely. And he had him wrestling around with Bane while he was naked. It was pretty weird. But anyway, I couldn't wait to see what Kotobukiya was going to do with this. And now if you know Kotobukiyas, they're usually not this large. Kotobukiya has had a large Hush Batman. That was like my first one. They did a large Dark Knight where he's fighting the Joker. And then they started doing these like 1/10 scales for everything. And this one, when I seen it, I didn't really read the sizing of it when I pre-ordered it. I knew it was $124.99 or something like that, but that's kind of common for some of these PVC figures. And then when I seen this box, I was like, oh my goodness, this guy's gonna be huge. So Kotobukiya is very straightforward. We got this massive box, and it's kind of funny because you see, you know, this artwork of Thomas Wayne, and back here this is actually from the Batman run. That's a Fabot cover. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging this backdrop that you could not see in the box very well. It's very cool. So now if any of you are actually wondering, so you see the pearls on the ground. The thing is though, in Thomas Wayne's world there was no pearls. What happened was is Bruce actually died when the gunman came at Martha and Thomas. And Martha went off to be the Joker. And they went into that in like some side stories. But in the main run of Flashpoint, it never really touched upon that too much. It just kind of alluded. Now the thing is if you don't want to read comics, the DC animated universe actually did an extremely good Flashpoint movie very early on. The animation looks very early, old kind of. They eventually used the same Boondocks production team to do their animated movies, but there's not that much difference between the comic and what happened in the movie. I will tell you a spoiler. The main thing that happened in the movie that was much different. So a lot of people always wonder what this sword is here with Thomas Wayne. This is the Arkham Knight Thomas Wayne. This is literally one of my favorite statues that we own because I absolutely love Thomas Wayne. And the thing is, there's nothing special about this sword. It's just an Amazonian sword he picked up in the middle of a war at the end of the series, and he stabs it through Reverse Flash's chest. And right there, let's say he kills him in that story. In the movie, he shoots him through the head with his gun, and that was pretty cool. So I think that part of the movie was really gnarly and awesome, but the sword is pretty iconic for him. Now the thing is Thomas Wayne's been pretty obscure of a character for many people for quite a while now, but he's catching on in the zeitgeist right now. And I think it's partly because of what Tom King did with him and Fabok. When he draws a Batman, it really just sticks in there. You got Arkham Knight doing a really sick rendition of him. The thing that makes me upset that Karen and I have not gotten done sooner is we have probably the greatest custom Thomas Wayne head for this statue, and we're doing something else with it too. It was sculpted by my buddy, and the fact that we had this thing sculpted like 2 years ago, and we still just have not got it all the way ready to, be painted and put on this. We would have been ahead of the whole Thomas Wayne craze that's going on right now. People are making custom files, custom figures all the time. You're seeing, we have actually a custom statue sitting out in the living room with a cowl with silicone on it right now. But we have a huge box, and it's actually a custom Thomas Wayne statue I ordered probably like 1.5 years ago. This is a very cool stand. Absolutely dig that. Look at the gloss black for the Batman. And I'm digging the ground with the red around the bat. Very, very symbolic of his actual symbol. Oh, wow. They even put some bubble wrap under him. Now this is a very large Kotobukiya. So with the ones I was saying, I had bought Karen all the Bushido, handsome men, the Batman, the Robin, the Nightwing, the Red Hood. You could go check them out on her channel. You should. They're very cool. I should take a picture of them if I'm being honest. I really dig them. The only thing is they are very feminine leaning. They look really good, but like Dick is being very seductive, and it's kind of weird as a dude wanting to own that, but I totally did want to own it. So right away, I'm diggling the crinkle of this cape. It's very cool because his style has kind of changed over time. Now it looks like his head is separate, but I don't think it comes off, but that would be sweet if it did. So you could, put a custom Thomas Wayne head, because that's one of the best parts about Thomas Wayne is having that Thomas Wayne head to him. Go ahead and check this out. But you can, a lot of people have been, he's been designed with shoulder pads in some of these other ones. But in this one, his cape just literally stuck up like an old school Batman style cape. But you can see in here, very, very plain suit, just like in the comic book. The boots, the guns hanging on him, the red really counterbalances this whole look to him. And his eyes, yep, perfect. The eyes are red too. One thing I will say is his skin is kind of light here for Thomas Wayne. I think with the movie and everything, they really differentiated who he was by having a darker 5 o'clock shadow all the time, because Thomas Wayne is basically an alcoholic. He's sad all the time. He runs the fortune off of casinos, basically, and he kills people. And it's really cool because he just puts them down. And he was kind of like Punisher Batman before they did the Grim Knight. And as awesome as the Grim Knight is, and it's very cool when Fabok draws him as well, Thomas Wayne is just, he was that badass before the Grim Knight existed. The thing is with Thomas Wayne, I literally almost like him more than Bruce Wayne. I love Bruce Wayne so much, but Thomas Wayne, like, if I had to pick a Thomas Wayne figure and a good Bruce Wayne figure, I'd probably go for the Thomas Wayne every time because, like I was saying, he is a harder figure to get a hold of, but he is becoming more prevalent. He is becoming more accessible. Now, the thing is, this is a very lean Thomas Wayne. He's kind of he's got that real Japanese style look to him that Kotobukiya brings, and his handguns are small. Usually they're a little oversized. But I mean, this is a very sleek, awesome Thomas Wayne. They're doing another one just like this, and its sculpt is a little out there. I actually kind of dig it, but it's from The Last Night on Earth, and it's going to be that Batman where he's carrying the Joker's head and the lantern sort of thing. I'm sure that's going to be the same size as this one because I think they're about the same price. But I do got to say that I absolutely love this Thomas Wayne. I think he's very good looking. He's very thin, very Japanese style. And that's what actually, I don't want a Japanese Batman like this to look just like an American style Batman. like Todd McFarlane or something would do. I like when they give it the Japanese look. I like when they do the literal, I don't have it sitting right here right now, but they did a Rebirth Batman that's literally the midpoint. Like, it's very American built, but it has that Kotobukiya look. Very cool. But this one leans way more to the Japanese style, the manga kind of, you know, he just has that body, and I absolutely love that. I think it's awesome. One thing I would say too is Todd McFarlane brought it hard and fast. He did a Thomas Wayne, and then he did an unmasked Thomas Wayne, and the head's not that great, but at least he jumped on the Thomas Wayne immediately. He's been doing a lot of cool figures that have been bringing a lot of these characters to the forefront. Kind of like he did the White Knight Batman immediately. When White Knight first came out, I was talking with this group about making custom statues, and I was like, we should do White Knight. And they were like, well, no one knows what that is. And it's like, well, of course no one knows what it is. That's, you got to bring it to the people and let them find out what it is. And it's like, all that stuff I suggested is hitting right now, and it's hitting hard. But it's very, very great for the money. It's cheap. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper. You know, he's comparable to almost the size of the Quantum Mechanic Batman. Two different companies, but that's kind of the vibe it gives me. But, yeah, I dig that he's holding his cape in his hand. You can see it crinkle right into his hand right here. It's a very cool look. I dig that his cape looks very leather and all crinkled up. He's got these littler guns, smaller guns, I guess you could say. Yeah, this is a great looking Batman, a great comic Batman. And you know, I know texture is all the craze right now. Everything you see is textured to the nines. Like these Batmans behind me, you can literally see the weaves of their suit. And it's gotten to the point where texture's being so overdone that when we get a piece like this where he's just plain, very smooth, the chest symbol isn't even popping out. I dig the chest symbol popping out like the BVS style, but I've never pictured Batman to have his symbol being on top of his suit the whole time growing up. Besides the movies, I always thought it was on his suit, like it was printed on his suit, like screen printed, something kind of like that, because you always see, like in The Dark Knight Returns, he gets shot there and it's hanging and everything. That sort of thing. But I really dig that they did not overdo it with this Batman, not one bit. There's no extra texture than what they needed. His belts are a little textured, his pouches are slightly textured, his boots are smooth for the most part. The ground is very textured here. You know they know how to texture, but he just was not overdone. The only thing I would say, I dig this. So get really close here. You see how his nose hangs out the tip of his mask? Mm-hmm. That is very cool. That's because a lot of cowls will cover the nose, but I really dig when the nose hangs out slightly from the mask. It's very classic looking, and I would actually like to see what they could do with a Lee Bermejo Batman. I think that would be excellent. But yeah, you want to know what I think? I think this is a 10 out of 10. Personal taste. Some people may say he looks flamboyant, the way he's stepping, or just the slender shape of his body. But you got to remember, it's coming from a Japanese company, and they're doing their thing with an established character, and I think that's awesome. Now the thing is we do first see this Batman in Flashpoint, but oh God, this is never going to come off. Once we do this, I'm never taking them off again. This Batman logo, this is from the Batman run that started in 2016, the Tom King run, where it started out with Gotham and Gotham Girl, and it continued on. I believe he came in around issue 25. I may be wrong. Might have been later. No, because 50's the wedding, and he was in there way before the wedding, where the Flash, it was called The Button. And it was actually when they were setting up the whole Watchmen into the series, where Reverse Flash touches the button and it just fries him right there, basically. But that's what I think of this Batman. I think it's an excellent Batman. I love it. If you want to know more about Thomas Wayne, I absolutely suggest you go and look into him. But this is a short, sweet video. I mean, there's not much you can do with him. He's just going to be a perfect display piece. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys show me on all the videos. I am getting around to all the comments. It does take time. I'm backlogged, but things have been very hectic around here. Still, thank you for coming out, showing the love and support, and thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for watching the videos. All I want to say, guys, is keep buying toys.